welcome or welcome back to your daily pick-me-up message. If you clicked on this and this is not the first time that you see my face, you already know I've got yet another channeled letter from your highest self for you. Woo woo! And honestly, I feel like we are very much in need of being our own hype woman, hype man at this time. By the end of the message, it's gonna be very apparent why. But honestly, make sure that you arrive here now, get comfortable, get cozy, and then open yourself up to receive this message now. Dear you, in case you find yourself feeling especially irritated lately, catch yourself being affected by situations that usually leave you unbothered. May you remember that you're currently existing in a time of high vitality. The collective as a whole is losing their minds. Get exposed to harsh and heartbreaking truths, and you find yourself in the middle of it. So whatever you can do to tune out the noise, the underlying grumbling, cater to that. Because that is the only way that you will ensure that your hard-earned peace stays protected. Yep, so it's a doozy, isn't it? No, but honestly, the overall feeling that came through with that energy is being highly overstimulated at this time. You might resonate with that. And just overall feeling like everything's just too much, like something has got to give. It's also, I literally hear and see in my mind's eye, the boiling of a teapot. You know how it gets so high pitched and it's just turn it off. And this is kind of what is being asked of you to this irritation, this noisiness, cutting that out. And what's so funny is the songs that started playing right when I open up my eyes, those that have been here, Spirit loves to communicate in lyrics with me. Literally, it was a call and response because, and I just have to make sure that I don't butcher it. So basically, the song for the collective energy is, I'm breaking dishes up in here all night. I ain't gonna stop it until I see police alight. I'm a fighter man. I'm a fighter man. Yeah, I'm a fighter man. A man. Yeah. Yeah, so that was coming through. That is very much very aggressive, penned up, I just heard. That is the collective as a whole. It's they are very short with each other, like a short fuse, I just heard. So, yay! You're not part of that, yeah? You actually just want to, stay calm, stay collected, just be at peace. And the way to achieve that, because that was from the side of the collective, right? Your energy, basically, what you're calling out is, oh Lord, I need you now more than any ever. Would you put my heart back together? I don't know the full lyrics, but that started playing right after that very aggressive song, right? So I'm okay, that makes a lot of sense. So obviously, and this is nothing new to you, where you're meant to seek out the peace and the silence is within your connection to the divine, to beyond, God, Mother, Father, Spirit, Source, whatever you resonate with the most, yeah? And it's so funny because, okay, this was now the channel letter and the songs that came through, but yesterday was the peak of the full supermoon in Gemini, right? And what did I tell you yesterday in the message? That make time for stillness, because the onslaught of emotion, oh interesting, I wanted to say of information, is very, very heightened. And oh boy, do I have some news for you, because the message that I meant to share with you now is I got straightforward guidance for the next 7 days. So from the 4th until the 12th of December, this is going to be very helpful for you to keep in the back of the mind and not to get caught in the upheaval, and just busyness of energy. I just have to look in my second notebook for that because I took some notes. And please feel free to let me know, yeah, what type of guidance, what type of information came through for you. I honestly, and this came through also when I just sat with the energy, like the veil is so incredibly thin at this time. Like anyone that ever wanted to like explore their connection more and just their ability to like channel information down, now is the perfect time, okay? So maybe you want to do that if you haven't like tapped into that. I mean, that is your magic, yeah? And it's accessible to every single one of you. So yeah, but here it is, 4th until the 12th of December for the next 7 days. The first thing that I heard was need to enter a state of the observer, extracting oneself out of the quote-unquote matrix as much as possible. And that, I mean, you can just tell me, but you're already feeling overstimulated. Don't put yourself in situations, environments that make it worse, okay? And what I noticed especially, I mean, I ditched watching TV, movies, news, like that overall thingies. A while back, I deleted Instagram. I kind of was already mindful of just like getting rid of like all like outside influences. But I still have YouTube, right? You're watching me. And what I noticed, just like the tiniest amount of doom scrolling is doing my head in. It's like affecting us stronger and worse than ever before. So this is just a little reminder, if you haven't done so, like be very diligent with like cutting all of it out. Be by yourself, be with yourself. Obviously, like you don't necessarily have to like, go into a full hermit mode if you have people, that you vibe with and that are giving to you just as much as you're able to give to them. If it's equal, if it's balanced, if it's beautiful at peace, then yes. But anything else, no. This also, okay, if you need just additional reassurance, it is completely fine to not go home for Christmas, yeah? For the holidays, to visit family. If that is just another stress factor on top of everything else, get rid of it. Put yourself first, okay? So that was very, very important for me to share. Cut out the noise, protect your peace as much as possible, came through in the letter as well, okay? And then I heard, treat yourself as your most dearest friend. Haha, speaking about self-prioritization, self-love, giving to yourself before even thinking of pouring into others. And then another thing, with these energies being so freaking heightened right now, yeah, being like in this kind of turmoil energy. Okay, I already did it subconsciously. This like taking deep breaths is like what? A form of release, right? And you're meant to pour into like some type of like energetic outlets at this time. So that can be breath, yeah? Being like consciously breathing in and out. It can be done through what? Movement, dancing, going to the gym, yoga, stretching, like transmuting the energy, right? But it also is being done through creation. So writing, painting, don't think about, like, oh, this has to become like a beautiful masterpiece. And no, but do it just like for the benefit of you, yeah? And then the last thing that came through, which is something that we're already aware of, but it's gonna be especially heightened within the 7 days, is things will get shaken up and the people in power, they're gonna lose their minds. And you know how funny this was? Because I heard it and then the song that started playing right afterwards, like, man child. With Sabrina Carpenter, like, you gotta give it up to, like God, our guides, like so freaking funny. Like incredible. But yeah, this is just something to pay extra attention to. Again, veil's incredibly thin. If you are in need of like extra guidance, do yourself a favor and just like make time within your day to tap in. Yeah, I just made it my quote unquote mission to tap in like in the morning when, I'm channeling, but also like before I go to bed. Just lay in bed, not, consuming anything. I mean, not artificial at least, and just see what wants to come through for you. And then feel free to come back And let us all know, yeah, because caring is sharing after all. But honestly, my lovely, with that said, I'm feeling called to wrap this daily pick me up message up here now. As always, let me know in the comments, how did this resonate? What are you tapping into? Honestly, I'm just at this point, I know I keep on nagging you, but it's like, not only is this an invitation for you to dive in deeper and, develop your psychic abilities, but it's also like, I'm just curious, okay? We're curious by nature. It's just us humans being human, I guess. But anyhow, go crazy in the comments if you feel like it. Also, if you're already in the comments, if you made it to the very end of this video, comment. Oh, yeah, okay. That is interesting. And this came through in an earlier message of mine, if you've been here for a while, I again see the comet. But this feels more like I heard explosion. Yeah, this is kind of what we might be seeing, on a world stage. Also, what we're picking up on, like on our body level, with just like feeling overstimulated and something has got to give. It's like all too much. Mother Earth is going through the same freaking process. So her way of releasing can oftentimes be, more on a grander scale. So if we see like more heightened like volcanic activity, earthquakes, like we're just gonna be on the lookout for that. But also, on like I heard politics, all of this is so freaking fake and stage. I cannot. It's so crazy to me. But yeah. If you end up, I know because I said, cut out the noise, but if you end up stumbling upon like certain news outlets, just know that, yeah, it's confirmation for what is very highlighted within the week until the 12th of December. Anyhow, comment emoji to not only acknowledge that you understand what is going on, but also to show me that you stayed at the very end. Just know that I freaking love you and appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for also supporting my book launch, which is freaking incredible. First link in the description box. If you want to check it out, feel free to do so. There's also like a little reading sample of my book that is now for special pre-order until the end of the month. But with that said, I'm actually gonna go now. I still have to do some cleaning. I swear. I think when you, especially for me, like moving in a new apartment, you kind of underestimate how much work it is. And I certainly have to do some scrubbing still. But that is okay, because that is one way of showing love to myself, treating myself as my dearest friend, having like a nice environment to come home to. It's just, I'm rambling at this point. I'm gonna see you here tomorrow. Oh, I'm showing it every single day after all. So see you then, yeah? I love you. Bye, 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 bye.